CYC is California Youth Connection. CYC is composed of current and former foster youth, ages 14 through 24. And what we do is we work hard to create change in the foster care system at a local level and at a statewide level. This video is just for staff to see, there's a lot more than just the kids acting out. We gotta, when we're working with this population, we gotta look at their background and the struggles that they have been through, and it's not just them being bad kids. At a group home, when do you feel respected?
When you act like you should be trusted, or when you're talking to staff, they look at you, or they talk to you as like if you're an equal. They don't stand over you and talk like if you don't know it,
Like if you don't know what you're saying,
yeah. Or they don't accuse you, or, they listen. Sometimes staff will command you to do something. They don't ask you to do something. Like if they want you to do your chore, they'll be like, you need to go do your chore, blah blah. They don't ask you, can you go do your chore, or can you pick this up? They demand you, they order you, and we're not in prison. It makes you feel like, why do I deserve to be disrespected? Why do they deserve to be respected if I'm not being treated right? You know what I mean? A lot of times, to feel respected, we just want to be listened to, and staff will just bicker with them. And like if they were another one of the clients, and they'll sit there and just argue, and really we don't want that. If we're mad or something, we just want to be like, can you sit here and listen to what I have to say? I don't really want your feedback. Respect me and just listen to me. Don't comment that what I'm thinking and feeling is wrong, or
So Cassandra, what advice can you give to staff in group homes that will make the clients, the youth, feel respected, and at the same time will stop those behavior problems that some youth encounter when they feel disrespected?
When we're mad or something, give us our space. Respect the fact that we're angry just like anybody else can be angry at times, and leave us alone, or don't badger us. Keep it on a real level. Don't sit there and comment rude comments and stuff. That's not okay. It just makes us even more mad, and it upsets the situation. Treat us like you would want to be treated, in the form of respect. If you treat us bad, expect to be treated bad back, because that's how life is. It's how it goes. And don't treat us like idiots. Obviously, we're in group homes because we've gone through a lot in our lives and things haven't gone right. The last thing we need is someone telling us what we should and should not do, especially if we don't ask. You know what I mean?
3 things staff can do to show respect. When you want something from a youth, ask, do not demand. All youth are different. Treat each youth as an individual. Engage with the youth. Make them feel like they are worth your time.
What does trust mean in your life, and especially in a living situation with multiple strangers?
Trust is a very sensitive thing. If I were to walk up to someone and I'm going to tell them something, I got to know that they're not going to go off and tell everyone what I said. That they're not going to just write everything down and report it to me and get me in trouble for something.
When you're working with staff, how trustworthy do you want them to be?
I want them to be extremely. Well, pretty much staff write everything we do down. If we say something that they think should be written down, it's written down. It's reported to social workers, parole officers, the courts, everyone really. Everyone knows about what we say and do.
In the system?
In the system, the foster care system.
And what happens if that leaks out?
Eventually everyone knows, and I'm being confronted by different people about different things, and I'm looking around like, what happened?
Yes, you don't recognize what you've been accused of.
Yes. I have trust issues as it is. I don't let many people in because I've learned to be safeguarded, not to put out more than people give me. So if someone's telling me, like a staff's telling me something part of their lives that they keep to themselves about, that means they trust me. They know I'm not going to go around and I want to tell everyone their business. So I'll tell them some stuff about me, and as long as it's legal, then they'll keep it to themselves as well.
3 things staff can do to show trust. Give the youth the benefit of the doubt. Gain trust with youth by maintaining confidentiality. Build a bond with all youth and understand their situation.
So Miguel, how can staff be more sensitive with your communication with them?
I could feel like when they're actually making a change in communication, when I'm speaking to them and letting them know that this needs to be improved, which I'm communicating with them, and if they are actually doing something about it, I would feel that I was listened to, because at least I was being heard.
You said that staff need to be there. Like, how do staff show you that they're there for you?
They just show me, they help me, calm down. They'll take me for a walk, sometimes it would be great for them to communicate towards us, okay, I'm gonna give you your space and I'll be back, you just can't stand there and, be communicating over and over when we're asking you to give us a space. It triggers you more, and that's when I or any other youth flip out, that I have seen.
Sometimes you just need your space, and that's the way they can.
I think sometimes the hugs help for me, the touch brings me closer to them. There's sometimes that the staff, they do more than they need to, sometimes they'll help you reach whatever goal you have. They don't have to go buy rewards for us. That's not their job, their job is just to be there for us. But there's certain staff, that like to do more stuff than they need to.
3 things staff can do in regards to communication. Think about the tone of voice you are using with youth. Don't yuck the youth's yum. Don't interrupt conversations.
They can look at you and not just be looking off in the outer space and checking their watch and checking their phone and being I gotta go. And they can really engage with you. They can they'll kind of repeat back what you say to you, and then kind of paraphrase it in their own sense, and then try to get what you're talking about.
And make sure that they have a good understanding.
Yeah. Well, I feel appreciated, and I feel like a human being. I think every human being should be listened to. If we aren't listened to, then really what's the point of even talking?
Right.
Because if we're not going to listen, then none of us is going to really want to talk. We're not going to want to speak out, and a lot of things will just kind of be pushed under the surface. And that's only going to create more tensions and more anger and more resentment towards society. So if we don't listen, especially to foster youth, because we are your future. If you guys don't listen to us, that's going to just affect you guys in the long run. A staff can be more sensitive by kind of being empathetic with you, kind of put themselves in their shoes, or even kind of be well, I know it's not the same, but they can kind of relate it to an experience that they had. So with their own personal experience. And they can try to work with you with whatever your problems are, or they can praise you for what you've done good, or they can even when you're not getting through listening with a social worker, they can kind of be there and help you oh yeah, I did hear what she said, and just kind of have a backup person there with you.
3 things staff can do in regards to listening. Listen to youth and hear them out. Paraphrase what the youth are saying. Listen with your heart.
How do you think staff could show you that they're being understanding?
Well, by communicating and letting us know that they understand, instead of just being there to be there, just around, just to talk it out.
Would you rather have someone right there next to you in your shoes, feeling what you're feeling?
Yeah, I like somebody right there, just so they know, understand how you feel.
But how do you think staff could do that?
I would say that they would have to listen to us, and listen to us first, and then get our side of the story. They don't judge you. They're just there by your side, helping you get through your struggles. I think when I got my room changed, and I wasn't too happy because I didn't know about it, and I don't like people touching my stuff. Because things get lost, and I don't trust people to touch my stuff. And yeah, there's just the staff that was understanding, and they knew exactly how I felt. They've been through it before. It's not oh yeah, I've seen it happen. They were oh yeah, I've been through that, I know how you feel. There's some staff that'll be well, it's my job, I'm only doing my job. They just don't care. They're well, it's my job, it's not me making the decisions, I'm being told to do this, so don't blame me. It doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel like disrespected and just like if nobody cares. They just don't know what to say, so they're like, so they just say something just so they can get away.
They cop out.
Yeah, it gets me angry, and it makes me want to take out my anger on them because they're not helping out. They're like not helping me. So it's like I get that like instinct to target them. And I know it's not the right thing, but it just happens because they're not helping out. So I just take all my frustrations out on them.
3 things staff can do to show empathy. Do not judge the youth because of their past. Do not throw around the phrase, "It's my job." Put yourself in the youth's shoes once in a while.
If I can't express myself because I have a staff over here telling me what to do, and like it doesn't it makes me feel like if I don't have any control over me pretty much, or my life, or like I don't have any say so.
Does it make you want to listen to what the staff is saying?
No, kind of just makes me want to ignore them.
Even if they're right?
Yeah. If the staff was to kind of be on your side and like kind of just, talk to you like caring and stuff, then things can be like will be better in the future. I just wish they would act more like, I don't know, like a mentor kind of, because they're trying to help us through a process, like, like we're trying to become adults and successful adults like that. Someone that we are willing to talk to and that are willing to talk to us, that respect us and won't go talk about us or our feelings to anybody else. I don't know, when we come home from school, like asking us how our day is, or like, I've witnessed like a lot of staff like talking with other youth like about youth, and staff shouldn't do that. It's not their job, and I feel like it'd be better if they didn't do that. Like if a youth were to go up to the staff and like start talking to them about a youth, just to, if it's a problem, like obviously try to solve the problem, but if it's not, they're just gossiping, then to just not give in to it, because it doesn't make the youth that they're talking about feel good.
3 things staff can do to show kindness. Do not gossip. Be patient. Step out of the box.
The role of CYC is to advocate for foster youth in the system and out of the system now. The singular most important thing in these youth's lives is having one person they can count on. They have a whole lifetime of being abandoned, lied to, lack of trust, etc. And if I can offer that, then I feel I've done something useful.
For more information about CYC, contact local chapter president Christina Miranda, 805-445-7814.